Good day. And here we are, not with Minecraft, but Terraria. Yeah, I've kind of gotten lazy and have decided not to really work on that final Minecraft construction for a while. It will be done. Yes, it will be done. But I thought, why not take an interlude and look at my Terraria work? Now, for those that don't know, Terraria is similar to Minecraft in many respects. Only, I find it slightly more fun, because you see, Minecraft is a lot of fun when you can build stuff, but Terraria is more of an adventure-style game. Whereas in Minecraft, you have, like, a weapon, which is a sword that doesn't really work very well. In Terraria, you've got numerous weapons. You've got numerous armor types, so many different items, and really, there's just so much you can do with Terraria, but on the same by the same token, Minecraft is superior in the building aspect. But I'm not going to let that stop me, because I have recently constructed a giant house, which is what we're going to take a look at today. Now, as you can see, I've unlocked hard mode. For those that don't know, hard mode is basically exactly what it sounds like. It makes the game 10 times more difficult until you can get high-level gear. And I have the second highest level right now. I've got the adamantine gear. You can get one above that, which is mythic. Not mythic. Honestly, I don't remember what it's called. I keep calling it mythic gear, despite knowing that that's not the right name for it. It is hallowed gear, that's it. You have to kill several hard mode bosses to get the hallowed gear, and I have been kind of lazy and have not done that. But still, the adamantine gear really is quite good. Also, as you can see, I'm flying! You can unlock well, not unlock, but get wings. You basically have to kill dragons. Yes, Terraria has dragons, but no dragon shouts, though. Really, it's very hard to cover what you can and can't do in Terraria, but I'll try to cover some of it. See, this is the dungeon. In order to unlock the dungeon, you have to kill Skeletron. He's actually really easy once you get all the high-level gear, but if you don't, he is really quite difficult. You can also get NPCs in this game as well, and we're going to take a look at the NPC housing. Now, here are the NPCs. You can build little NPC villages. Unfortunately, my guide is still dead. There's a boss that you can fight called the Wall of Flesh, and you've got to kill the guide by throwing a guide voodoo doll into some lava. Unfortunately, my guide has not responded. Also, you can get a nurse which heals you, but unfortunately she died and has not come back either. And now we're going to take a look at my new house. And as you can see, it is quite palatial. As you can see, there's just so many different things you can craft in comparison to Minecraft. Because in Minecraft, it's primarily just square blocks. But in this, look at all this. Look at all of the detail you can really put into it. Here's my workshop. You got a mithril anvil. You start with a standard iron anvil, but mithril is better. Then you've got the adamantine forge. There's several types of forges. You got the standard forge, not the forge. You have a standard furnace, a hellfire furnace, and then this one. Here's the tinkerer's workshop. Here is the... I cannot remember what this is called. It's there to create silk and things of that nature. I cannot remember what it is. Here's the workbench and the sawmill. Sawmill is designed for creating various wood-related products, like this wall, this stone and wood wall. Here's the kitchen. I don't really need the furnace there. I mainly just put it there for looks. There's a cooking pot you can use to craft soup, which gives you a lot of nice stat buffs. Here is a keg that allows you to brew ale. Haven't done that. Here is a barrel you can just put stuff in it, and a trash can that you can also put stuff in. And let's go up to the next level, and you can see that I've got a wide variety of chests. Got a lot of materials over there that say do not want. Got a lot of materials here. I opened this as a server recently, and somebody decided to change my signs, because apparently some people don't like my mismatched chests, but they're fine, I think at least. And I have my equipment. Didn't bother changing that one. As you can see, there's numerous weapons and things of that nature you can get. You can get a phase blade. Unfortunately, my phase blade isn't very good. You can get a breaker blade, you can get spears, things of that nature. There's some guide voodoo dolls in there. Let's see. Numerous potion types, numerous explosives, dynamite, grenades, standard bombs. More guide voodoo dolls. There's all kinds of stuff you can get. And then here we have the numerous different armor types. You start out with the very, very low level copper armor. Then you go to iron, then gold, then silver, then necro. Necro is made out of cobwebs and bones. And then there's the jungle armor, which I opted to skip. I only just made it for this video. I actually had to share equipment with Mizio. She gave me the necessary gemstones to make it. It's very difficult to make, very annoying, and isn't really that good. Then you have the meteor armor, because meteors can land here and there. Then you have shadow armor, made out of demonite ore and shadow scales. Then you have molten armor, made out of hellstone that you mine in hell. And then cobalt armor, that's mined out of cobalt. This is a hard mode armor, the first hard mode armor. And then here is mithril armor, the second hard mode armor. And of course I have on my adamantine armor. Here's the library, you can make books. Actually, you don't make books, you make bookshelves. And bookshelves are made out of wood and books. You find books in the dungeon. I basically just stripped the dungeon bare of books. And then here is my personal room. These lamps here I also took out of the dungeon as well. Here's my armor stand with the archaeologist shirt and some goggles. And then of course here is my safe. You can buy a safe for 50 gold. And I don't have that much money. I only have 2 platinums, 1 gold, a couple of silvers. And also you can set your spawn point at a bed. Just like in Minecraft, or in the later iterations of Minecraft. I played Minecraft before we had that luxury. Here's another workbench, but this workbench allows me to create potions and things of that nature. I don't actually have the necessary equipment to make a potion, or apparently I do. I can make a vile powder out of something. I don't know all the crafting recipes, unfortunately. And also you can make bathroom stuff as well, which is kind of interesting. And so this is my personal house. I always like making large houses. I try to make it in scale. I don't just want to have one room with all my stuff shoved in there. And then over here we have the park. And this is where I've got a variety of things growing. These potted plants are supposed to be moon glow that you use in some sort of potion that I can't remember. I have a very small pond here. This pond was very annoying. Mainly because I had to get it 1 bucket full of water at a time. Now, one of the really cool things about this game is guns. Yeah, you can get guns in this game, along with crossbows and things of that nature. Now, when you first start mining, you'll have a pickaxe, but you can also get a drill and a chainsaw, which is really quite awesome. And pixies are very annoying because they have a chance to slow you. And let me kill this mummy. Yeah, you can fight mummies in this game. Also, on a blood moon, blood moons basically are where more creatures spawn. An evil clown will spawn, and he blew open part of my house over here. That's why I moved up there. And drained most of my ocean. Very, very annoying. It was an evil clown that did it, I swear! I'm not crazy. Not crazy at all. It's an evil clown. You gotta believe me. Okay, and also, if you look over here, you have your various equipment slots and things of that nature. I have an Intrepid Obsidian Shield, which gives me an immunity to knockback and an immunity to fire blocks. You need that if you're going to mine Hellstone, because Hellstone will hurt you if you touch it if you don't have one of these. Now, the Intrepid Obsidian Shield actually is where I combined a Cobalt Shield and an Obsidian Skull. You can do that when you get the Tinkerer's Workshop. Okay, and I think everyone's probably had enough of me rambling on about how great Terraria is. It's time for us to go kill something, and unfortunately I don't have any mechanical eyes, and I don't have any mechanical worms, and I can't just summon the Wall of Flesh. So I think we're just gonna have to settle for a dragon. You basically fly around at the top of the world and hope he spawns, and usually they spawn when you least want them. Oh yeah, and also, I forgot to mention, as soon as I can get some height again. Oh, there's a zombie. Die, zombie. Took 2 hits. More than usual, and I'm not going to bother getting that copper. Before you get wings, you can use a grappling hook. But then, once you get to the jungle area, you can make a vine whip, which is vastly superior, because you can have 3 shots instead of 1, and I'll show you what that means in just a moment after I kill this harpy. Okay, so I go down here, have that. Actually, wait a minute. I forgot. That won't work there. And there's a corrupt armor, or possessed armor. And he's dead. I think this should allow me to show what I'm talking about. See? And you can have 3 instead of just 1. And you can get the dual hook, but I don't know why you would. You have to pay. I think you have to pay for that, or find it in a chest somewhere. And why is there possessed armor in my house? You either find it or pay for it. I forget exactly. And it only gives you 2 shots instead of 3. Really quite useless. Now, hopefully a dragon will spawn at some point. I want to kill a dragon! It's more of an Eastern-styled dragon than the typical Western depiction. Dragon, show up already! I've had them attack me inside my house, and yet now when I want to show me killing one, they won't show up. Why? Dragon. Oh yeah, and there's one thing that is really annoying about Terraria once you unlock hard mode. In the corruption, there will be these things called corruptors. And they are completely broken. They will corrupt most of the land if you don't keep them confined. Now also the land can get corrupted if you don't put down hallow seeds, which I did. When I unlocked hard mode, I already had huge swaths of hallow land. Hallow really is a lot better than corruption, primarily because it doesn't have things that can go through walls. Because if you live in the corruption, there are these things called world feeders, and they're really quite annoying. They can kill all of your NPCs and things of that nature. I was in a server with Timpedia and Vizio, and when we finally unlocked hard mode, because we had been playing the game before that had actually been introduced, our house basically got taken over by corruption and we had to abandon it. Which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, because it was kind of fun to go around with dynamite and things of that nature. And as you can see here, a meteor landed and smashed through the sky bridge that I built. And of course, still no dragon. Just a bloody bunch. There he is! There's a dragon! Or a dragon. No! And you can magic mirror back to your spawn point. Alright, finally! We've got a dragon that we've got to kill, and I'm also being chased by an entire air corps of harpies. Now, I would potentially try to wake up the Eater of Worlds, but he's so pitiful I was able to kill him without taking a single hit. Whereas the dragon, while still pitiful, is at least a slight bigger challenge than the World Feeder. Or the Eater of Worlds, that is. The Eater of Worlds is basically a larger version of the World Feeder. In fact, I was able to just kill him with my adamantine glaive and not my, Phoenix Blaster. Oh no, Frost Legion. Yeah, you can unlock the Frost. Well, for Christmas, the developers added in these things called presents. If you kill an enemy, you can pick up a present. That's where all this candy cane bridge came from. And sometimes you could get a golden present, which allowed you to... and I accidentally clicked out of the window. You can do that a lot in this game. If you're trying to fight something, you can click out of the window and die, which thankfully I did not. Okay, come on, dragon. And... no! Now the souls of flight are up there. You have to kill dragons to get souls of flight and make wings. But, there it is. The dragon has been killed. Also, one thing you need to buy as soon as you start the game is the mining helmet. It provides light, and you really need it when you go underground. The only problem is you can't combine the mining helmet with anything. And so right now I get 1 defense. When I have my adamantine mask, I get 8 defense. But most of the time, it's just in the bloody social slot. Alright, so we defeated the dragon. I got to show off my Terraria work. And so this is General Ott's flying off.